discover the courage and determination of women in Ivory Coast in our story. Dive into the heart of the daily challenges faced by these women as they struggle against poverty, strive to provide for their families, and aspire to a better future. Follow their inspiring stories, from mothers working tirelessly for their children to young girls determined to break social barriers to achieve their dreams. A moving testimony of resilience and hope not to be missed. Join us to uncover these captivating narratives and support the Omega Empowers Women initiative, which guides these women towards a brighter future. Together, let's change lives.
My parents don't have stable jobs. My mother is 50 years old and is forced to do house cleaning jobs so that we can give her money to support my father. Normally, at 50 years old, Mum shouldn't be working. She should rest, but because of our living conditions, she has to work to feed us and pay our school fees. My wish is to get a scholarship after my high school diploma and go study in Canada. My name is Sylvie Marina He. I am a homemaker. I do housekeeping, laundry and household chores. Some pay us monthly and others pay per day. Every week I clean the clothes twice, on Tuesday and Wednesday. And on other days I rest, considering my age. Before, I used to work the whole week, from Monday to Saturday. But now, due to my age, I only work 2 days a week. Often one can earn 20,000, 25,000. If you have made a small house where cloths are not many, we can give you 15,000 or 20,000. But if it's a little more, if it's too much, it's 25,000. The difficulties that my family faces are truly a lack of money, a lack of water, and a lack of electricity. For water, we ask those who already have a pump. They give us water, but as for electricity, we live in the dark and manage with flashlights. As my parents don't have much means, they deemed it fit to send me to a bobo, where the fees are cheaper. Here, there is no electricity. So we study under the streetlights of our neighbour with a large table, and we attempt to study every night. It pains me to see my brothers, sisters and friends studying under a streetlight or with torch lamps. It touches my heart deeply. My name is Kawasi Ahiu Grace Daniela. I am 13 years old and I am in the 6th grade. Soon I will be going to the 5th grade. I study under a streetlight because my parents cannot afford to provide other means of lighting. Since they did not study and did not go to school, the house where I live does not have lamps. Forced to study under the street light. Also, since there is no flashlight, my mother has her phone. She manages with that in the house, so I cannot take the phone to use it. My wish is to study all the time, so that one day I can have a job in Canada. And if you are in Canada, go travel. Yes, that's what I hold dear to my heart, once I come back to lift my parents out of poverty. I am also proud of what I am, because I know that one day I will be part of those agencies. In any case, one day I know I will be part of those agencies, so I don't care. One thing's for sure, my dream is to become a flight attendant. Whenever I explain to my classmates, they tell me that I'm too fat for this job. But I tell myself that it's my job. You don't have the courage to tell me that. But then it brings me down. But when I work, it always keeps me at heart. It's the job that I hold dear to my heart. Well, I tell myself, for example, if I go to Canada and succeed one day, it's the job that holds me dear to lift my parents out of poverty. Whenever I go to school and when I come back, I show my average to my parents. They don't calculate me, they don't tell me anything. Because they didn't go to school. They are not interested, and suddenly, even if I tell her that I no longer go to school, since she goes to the market, she would accept that I go to sell with her. And that doesn't suit me at all for the nation that will come after me. So suddenly I'm forced into the situation I'm in. With Rebecca, we met here. It's here that we met, because I lived up there. I lived a little in front of it, and then she lived in this courtyard, and I arrived, or I was in CE2. When I came here, she was at her uncle's. That's where she lived with her uncle. She spent some holidays, some leaves here. She left, she came back with the holidays and the weekends. And so when she arrived in second, she decided to come and live here with her parents. It's here during the holidays. She goes to her parents, to her uncle's where she was before. She went there to say hello. You even noticed that the Easter holiday started, and today she left me to leave. I stay here alone. I take my notebook, I sit down here and I work. She should rest, and it's us who should take over to put her in the best conditions. But since we don't have access to means, she has to do that, so that we can have enough to feed us. If I have the money, I would like to open a big restaurant. To really be able to open a big restaurant and also employ other girls to work with me, to be able to earn their living too.
Parce que quand je regarde la vie, vraiment c'est difficile, c'est compliqué. À 50
At 50
today,
I had nothing, I didn't earn anything. Today, my desire is really to have money.
Mon désir, c'est de vraiment avoir de
And be able to
l'argent,
open a big
de pouvoir
restaurant
ouvrir
and be able to also
un
employ
grand
other
restaurant,
girls, to be
de
able
pouvoir
to
aussi
be
employer d'autres
independent,
filles, de
not
pouvoir
to
être
rely on
indépendante,
someone.
ne pas compter sur quelqu'un. Aujourd'hui, en
Today,
tant
as
que
a
mère,
mother,
je vois ma fille
I see my
grandir.
daughter growing up.
Je voudrais vraiment
I really want to have God help
avoir
me
aussi
to really be able to
vraiment
really
que
guide
Dieu me
her
m'aide
on the right
à pouvoir
path,
vraiment la conduire dans le bon chemin, pour que
so
vraiment
that
elle
she
devienne
becomes a good
une bonne
person.
personne. Ce qui me fait beaucoup,
What touches me a lot is when
Quand
someone
quelqu'un
really
vraiment
tells
me
me
dit que
that
tu
you
n'es
are
rien,
nothing, and that
que
you
tu n'as
have
rien,
nothing, you are poor,
tu es
you are
pauvre, tu es
miserable.
misérable.
It
Vraiment, ça
really
me frustre
frustrates me a
beaucoup.
lot
Beaucoup même.
even.
me fait très mal.
It really
À
hurts
toutes
me
les
a
femmes qui
lot.
sont dans la même
To
situation
all
que
the
moi,
women who are in the
j'aimerais
same
les dire
situation as me,
de ne
I
pas
would like to
baisser
tell
les bras,
them not to give
de
up,
toujours se battre
to always
pour les
fight for their
familles.
families. As
Car
long
tant
as there
qu'il
is
y a de
life,
tant qu'il y
there
a
is
la vie,
always hope.
il y a toujours de l'espoir.
Dear partners committed to the empowerment of women, we warmly invite you to join our project aimed at supporting and empowering women in Côte d'Ivoire towards a better life. With your expertise and commitment, we can strengthen initiatives such as Omega Empowers Women and offer vital support to women fighting against poverty, violence, and inequalities. State institutions in African countries, international organizations such as UN Women, as well as women's associations abroad, have a crucial role to play in this common mission. Together, we can provide resources, training programs, guidance, and financial support to empower these women and enable them to fulfill their full potential. By uniting our forces, we can create a significant and lasting impact in the lives of these women, their families, and their communities. Join us in this noble cause and let us together contribute to building a more egalitarian and prosperous future for all women in Côte d'Ivoire. Contact us today to explore collaboration opportunities and advance this essential project. Together, let's make a difference.